Hello everyone, this is Woss Good, a podcast by me, Bashirat Sulyman.
And me, Ahmad.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Woss Good Podcast. I am Bashirat
And as always, this is Ahmad.
hey Ahmad, what's good?
I've been good, I've been fine. Everything. Can't complain.
Me, I can't complain, but no wham.
Was good.
I'm not complaining either. I'll just say I'm good. It's been a slow year, but we did.
We did actually.
We did aight.
We did actually. Whether it is slow or fast depends on what's happening in the year. That's what determines whether a year is slow or fast.
Depends on what's happening to you
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah.
Like there are some years that I be month that nothing is going to happen for you. You just be like,
Somebody we see
this so.
I think it's a popular quote that time runs faster when you are having fun. But I think we can also say that time runs faster when we are winning consistently because you're always feeling good. You're always, when you get an acceptance, when you get a new publication, new money, when you buy new stuff.
Is there something like new money? Like money that is new?
You understand what I mean? But of course, it can also be new money. If somebody gives you $100 million today, is that not new money for you?
You just the dream, man. Where do you want to see somebody that will dash you $100 million?
Somebody can definitely do that.
It's a lie. It's a lie. Everybody, please.
Okay, but
That's by the way.
That's by the way. Bash, what's something interesting? What's something recently that you found yourself interesting? I meant, oh man, you understand what I mean? Just
Nope.
take the cue, bro.
Or you're trying to say what was an interesting thing that I found out recently?
Yeah, what's something interesting that you find recently or that you come across?
You did long this thing,
Talk.
Anyways, should I say recent? But I'll call it recent because it's this year. I found out this year. I listened to one of Dear Ife's series.
Okay.
I listened to one of the episode with Bovie. And Bovie mentioned something about how the brain works. So after listening to that podcast, I went ahead, like I always do, to do my research.
Everybody does that now.
Like I always do, to do my research. So I concluded that everything that we do as a human being, like every reaction that you get from somebody is not about you, it's always about them. Our brain controls the way we emote, the way we show emotion. We have the amygdala and then we have the prefrontal cortex. So now that amygdala is like that part of the brain that controls, how should I call it? Is it fear, confrontation, and aggression? It's very aggressive and it's like a soldier that is always attacking. Yeah, he's always responsible for attack when somebody is always seeing everybody as a potential threat. For instance, the millennials, they cannot stand up to their parents, especially their fathers. The father would be like, oh, you are still a child. You can't talk to me anyhow, especially when that's maybe the son or the daughter is trying to tell you, okay, dad, this is what I want. This is what I want to do with my life. But then the father is insistent, oh no, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
At that moment, the father is not seeing that son as a son. Instead, he's seeing him as a threat because this person is trying to tell me what to do.
Oh.
So this person is a threat to me. I'm not seeing you. So now, if you continue to
can you explain that in your mate? That's the context, the context you give as an example is father-son relationship.
Yes.
Where the father now sees the son as a threat to his own ideology that the brain has.
Yes.
The what did you call it again?
The amygdala.
Amygdala is
amygdala? Yes.
Okay,
Amygdala
that's
is
built there. So can you put it in let's say classmates or colleagues sort of thing.
colleagues. Okay. You know, I mentioned earlier that whatever reaction you get from somebody is not always about you. In fact, it's not even about what you've done for that person or what you did for that person. It's their response is based on themselves. Let me say A, like A now.
Okay.
A grew up in a family where she's rarely told off, and she grew up to be a brilliant child where like she never do no wrong.
Okay.
Even when they want to correct her, it's not like outrightly correcting. It's like package correction
Yeah, you know.
and package correction.
You know.
So that child grew up with that attitude of I'm always right.
Yeah.
I'm always right. She rarely like see a situation where somebody will tell her no, outrightly like no, no.
So now when they do something and somebody says no to them,
To them.
feels like a threat to what
They see you as a threat. And when you are quick to react, to react to things, you're actually training your amygdala to be more like aggressive.
But that's okay. Now let's say we are in an argument, or let's say we are talking, and you say something, and you know it's a conversation. People expect you to give like a response almost immediately. Do you think in that sort of situation you can train yourself to take something in, process it, think about it for a while before giving a response?
Yes, now you can always tell them that, oh, I see what you mean, but I'd like to like take a moment to think about it.
Maybe not even taking me, because I think I've been in situations where somebody says something to me. Most times, really, for my own case, it's not because of what you just, because I've never had it before. It's just because maybe that thing is a little bit confusing. Maybe they say a word, they said a word I didn't understand. I would just say, hmm, okay. It's just like this Joey character from Friends. It's a funny thing. Maybe people who watch Friends would catch the joke, but I get what you mean, and thank you so much for sharing that.
Okay, in essence, what I'm saying is when your amygdala is bigger than your prefrontal cortex, you get to be very, very reactionary and very, very aggressive to things. Not intentionally, but because you've given that part of your brain the power to now like, to just be emotional about everything. When you see like a text, maybe the text is just somebody that saw something that you did. Maybe that thing is not meant to be done that way. But you saw the text and then you immediately felt like this person is a threat to me. This person is trying to tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. Immediately. Meanwhile, if you had taken a moment to like, reflect on what the person is saying, it could be something very small.
I think is because
So for every time you take a step back, your amygdala is shrinking. For every time you take little moment to like react to things, you're training your prefrontal cortex. You breathe in, breathe out, do all of those stuff. And yeah, another very important thing I learned is that another way to build that your prefrontal cortex is to do things that are difficult, like see it through. Let's say you set a goal to yourself that, okay, I'm going to be doing this by so time. For instance, yoga. I'm going to be waking up to do yoga. For every time that you do that yoga, at that time that you set it to, you're training your prefrontal cortex. For every time that you like, just try to do things. But in this age of TikTok and stuff like that, the more dopamine that you
get from
you consume, the more you train that your amygdala to be.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much for sharing that. I to be honest, I learned a lot because
It's
I
very
think
broad. It's
yeah,
very broad.
right, because I think we can, through what you just said now, I think we can somewhat live in a more reasonable world if we are all training the prefrontal cortex, right? If
Prefrontal cortex.
right, if we are all training it to be bigger than the amygdala, because to be honest, a lot of people now see things as threat to them, and threat not even that this person wants to kill me or this person. It's just like a barrier to what I've learned or that I've internalized, right? more like a behavioral something. It's also in English because that's let me flex what I study because I also studied English in the university, and there's behavioral language, there is mentalist and all of that.
Everybody did psychology, bro.
Okay,
There's nothing like flexing anything, yeah.
all right. No, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, please don't let us bore you guys with all those things. But I honestly think that it's very fascinating and you should check it out. I might not be able to like do justice to it, but I just want to let you know that for every time you had to think about, okay, what did I say now? Why is this person flaring up? Majority of the time, it's not about what you said or what you didn't say. It's just about how the person knows how to react to you. So yeah, if you're not taking anything away, you should take that, and you can also check it out. Over to you, Mr. Ahmad. Is there anything that you find interesting these days? What's tickling your fancy?
Basically, um, I'm not sure there is anything particularly, but there's something that I've been thinking about in recent times, and it is time and age. Because you can define, to me, anyways, you can define time as age, and you can define age as time. And it's that I think people say that time is a social construct, or is it age? You can say time is a social construct, and you can also say age is a social construct where people expect you to become a certain thing at a certain age. For instance, yeah, I think it used to be a common practice that women should get married at a certain age, or men should also, let's not say women, just let me say,
Of course, you can say women. I mean, you guys always say that women expires at a certain age.
yeah, they say that a lot.
What does that even mean, bro?
And it's sort of those things that when people see, it's also like when people, for instance, the older people now, when they see that they see that your colleague or your friend is doing something better than you are doing, and they assume that you should also be, if you're not at that person's level, you should be above the person's level. And I think they miss, to be honest, I'm a big fan of comparison because I just compare my journey to someone else's, but not to deny the effort I've put into my own personal journey, but to like sort of like gain motivation from it. I get inspired through anything by anything. And if I see that this person is doing something that I'm not doing, I can be inspired by them to also do more, to also do better, but not to the point of, I wouldn't say envy, but getting to me. Do you understand what I mean by getting to me? Like when it's on my heart, I'm always like, my friend has bought a car. I don't have a car. Or my friend is earning 7 figures and I'm not there yet. Or my friend has built his house and I'm not there yet.
Are you speaking about this thing from the age perspective?
Yes, it's age and also time. Because, for instance, now people say that a 40-year-old man that does not have a wife or a 40-year-old man that does not have a job. I'm not saying you should relent on yourself or what you are or what you can become, but I'm just saying that maybe sometimes we should stop constructing people into stereotypes.
Yeah, I think I get what you're trying to say. Personally, I am an advocate of say age is a freaking social construct. I feel like time or age is just there to like control humans. Human being, we don't know the extent to which we have free will. You can literally do anything.
Do you have free will?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
In this Tinubu's economy?
You can do anything. Like
Give me one thing that I can do freely.
you can decide to not do anything from morning till evening. And then when everybody's sleeping in the midnight, you can decide to now start washing your clothes. You can decide to cook your food and eat.
That's not free will.
That is free will.
Okay, I'll not do anything from morning. What am I doing?
You might be sleeping.
I will not work.
See, I told you have free will.
They'll fire me. Oh,
You have free will.
I'll be
The way
hungry.
you
Oh,
want to use your free will is only you that know. We are just like we don't know the extent to which this thing is. You can say today, oh, if not because of this insecurity issue, you can say today I'm not going to sleep in my house. I'm going to sleep at the front door of somebody.
they will chase you away, Shabo. I
You
get,
have
I get you.
you have allowed me to digress now to
Sorry.
what I wanted to say.
Eh.
So, like I was saying, human beings have free will, and because some people can go to the extreme extent. That is why we have all of these constraints, say time, age, and
Class.
class, status, stuff like that. Things that you have to look up to, things that just to keep the world moving. But to me, I see everything as evolution. There was a time you were in the womb, there was a time you were a child, a teenager, an adult, and old age. So that's just what it is. Whether you're 40, whether you're 30. We've seen people that I saw one, was it a Japanese man, an Asian man, that celebrated his 70 years old, and he was looking like what we would call a 45 years old or 40 years old person.
Another thing that I saw, I think it's over there as well. Someone who published their first book at the age of, I think, 80 or something.
Yes, now people are getting law degrees at the age of 70, 60.
Yeah, and here we are. To be honest, we can. I think we can all say that I want to achieve. I want to achieve. Sorry for the achieve. I want to achieve some certain things at a particular age. Like if I clock 25, or I clock 26.
But don't let it define you.
Exactly, but because we forget that, to be honest, we can't force good news to happen. If you say by 26 you want to buy a car, if I don't want to be spiritual, because I would have said if God does not will, but if that thing is not just won't happen to you, it won't, because you can't rob a bank to get a car or to buy a house or to even earn more than you currently earn.
See, you have free will. You can decide that that's what you want to do. In everything, just know that everything you do have consequences.
Everything you do.
Yes. If you say you want to go and rob a bank now, you know what will happen to you if you go and rob a bank and they catch you. But
Oh, okay.
all this punishment, all this
So what
discipline,
makes it
just
free? The whole point of free will is there is no consequence. There shouldn't be consequence for free will.
consequences are there to checkmate human beings.
What's not the point of free will if it's going to checkmate me?
You have free will now. You can use it anyhow you like. Just know that whatever you do, you have to face the consequences of your actions and inactions, decisions. Do
No.
whatever you want to do with your
No.
life.
The
Whether
point-
you're 30, whether you're 20, whether you're
For instance, if somebody says, "Come and take free food," do you expect me to do something else? What's the point of calling it free if you want to give me?
For instance, now somebody that was
exercise?
celebrating their, was it 30th, maybe 40th, I don't know, and then did a photo shoot as if they are celebrating a 6-month-old person. Like she wrapped herself in, that way where that way they will wrap a newborn baby. She wrapped herself like that.
That's just something that in recent times I've been.
Age is not real, man. It's not real. It's just you counting the number of days that you've used on earth. And do you know how old the earth is? The earth will always remain.
Does not mean you shouldn't dream, sure, but
I'm
no,
not saying you should not dream. That's not my point. For instance, now you're always listening to Ashake's symphony every time. Do you know when Ashake starts making waves, start making name?
What do you mean by okay? What does listening to him? What does it get to
Were
do
you
with
listening
when
to
it
him?
started?
Were you listening to him 4 years ago?
I mean, it wasn't on my radar. It wasn't on my radar.
That's the point. That's the point.
And 4 years ago, yes, I've been listening to
You're a
him.
liar.
Anyways, that's just something that I have been thinking about in recent times. Age, time.
How old are you now, though?
Check your calendar. How old am I?
You're pushing 30, bro.
Well, at least I haven't pushed the
Don't
30.
worry, age is a social construct.
At
Age
least-
is not real.
At least I haven't pushed the 30, so.
And I need you guys to understand that the earth will always remain, the world will always remain. Whether you even use like 100 years, whether you use 15 years, whether you use 20 years,
You are
25,
at this point, you are self-motivating.
the world will still go on.
Thank you.
People are dying every day and they are giving birth to people every day. So
Thank you.
nothing dead is life, man.
Right. Anyways, that's, like I said, that's something that I've been thinking about recently. Thank you for sharing the prefrontal.
Can you even remember anything that
Hold
I
on,
shared?
hold on. Amygdala and prefrontal cortex. Is it prevo or prefor?
Frontal.
You don't know the spell it.
I'm not gonna do that on this show. This is my show. It has to do with the brain, Sha, and the brain is very, very fascinating, to be honest. Anyways, that's all we have for you today.
Like I said again, that's what I've been thinking about in recent times, time and age and whatever. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in again as usual. Please, as we always say,
How do you know they are
support.
tuning in?
Well, thank you for listening. Kindly subscribe, share, like, do everything you can to promote us.
Kindly drop your own views about age and free will. Maybe we'll do an episode on free will.
Right. Okay, guys. Was something that in recent times, how do I say that? Something they found interesting in recently, right?
What's something you found interesting recently?
Right. Thank you so much, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all your supporting. We see the support. Please don't stop. We want the numbers to increase if you can support. And finally, what is something interesting you encountered recently? And what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, right? And what are your thoughts on age and time? We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, and share. Signing out. Peace out. Peace out.
What do you say?
What did you say?